So is this one working right now? I have to click go live and I didn't click it and said a bunch of things and I realized it's not active. What is that? You ate this today? It's funny, this thing in English is called duck sauce, but there's no duck inside. I don't understand. Yeah, the Chinese name is basically sour plum sauce, something like that. So yeah, that's why the time you posted that, I was like, why I don't know the English name for that. So I go and check, and I realize it's duck sauce. Then it's like, there's no duck inside. Okay, first, there are a lot of difference between Japanese version and English version. I'll talk about that just for your information. This is released like 1 year prior to the English version, so there are a lot of bugs. Probably they make some of the initial decisions without actually testing. Then after the testing, they will feel like, oh, so many things, they make it like weird. So they fix it in the North American release. So there are so many differences. So first, the name is called The Legend of Demon Castle or something like that. So the first game, the English version is called Castlevania, is a make-up word, and the Japanese version is literally means Demon Castle Dracula. So the Castlevania name is actually first appeared in English countries, then they put it back to Japanese releases. So later Japanese Castlevania games, they are actually called Castlevania, and there's a Japanese word for Castlevania. Yep, that's the basic. That's the only time you trust me. That's bad. So for the Japanese version, there's a third-party sound chip inside. I'll probably raise the sound a little bit because for Japanese version, the music is a part of the important things. Let me check the sound. Whoops, I missed that thing. I think this is good. I think the game sound is not too loud. So if the game sound is too loud, just tell me. So there's a third-party chip called VRC6. So it basically provides some buzz noise in the background, and there is a triangle wave. So you can hear the music is a little bit thicker than the North American version. So most of the people like it, but I know there are some players, they don't actually like VR6 music. So yeah, that's the difference there. And the Japanese version is way easier, and you'll see. That's a weird thing, because like most of Japanese games, they want to use at least some English for some reason. I don't understand. So probably they want to pretend their English is good or whatever. So you can go back and look at most of the old Japanese games. They're actually I mean the UI or those kind of stuff, they are basically in English. But there's a funny thing is that like even like Japanese and Chinese, they are not very good at English. And if you can remember what the zombie looks like, in American version, it looks a little bit different. And the Flea Man looks like Gremlin in here, but they act the same. I don't care about the thing. Then one of the biggest change is Bone Pillar only takes 4 hits instead of 6 hits, so it's like way faster than the American version. And there's another thing is the Japanese version, you take damage according to different enemies. So some of the later enemies can deal 3 to 4 damage to you. But in the American version, the first 3 stages you take only 2. And like 4 to 7 you take 3. And after 8 you take 4. But here is not. So sometimes you'll see I take like 2 damage and sometimes I take 3 damage. Because this is one difference between the 2 versions. And usually I think like Japanese people, they are automatically good at games. That's kind of interesting that the Japanese version is easier than the English version. It's kind of rare to see this is got backward. Well, no, I can try. But there's a very annoying stage later. So, oh, by the way, the ending is in Japanese. Probably even I cannot read it. I can go the other route just to show. Ooh. I'll probably use save for some of the stages because I didn't play that much that route. So you can see I lost 5 hit point right now, which doesn't make any sense in the American version. Well, let's do it then. I'll probably use the save. I just don't want to die there. Because I didn't practice this route too much. And some of the plays, it's just my strats are basically according to my memory. By the way, I like this music. Oh, there's one significantly different. Not really though. Probably I exaggerated a little bit. It's the name of the character. In this version, he's called Raph. It's not Trevor. Then the first release of the North American version is Trevor. Then if you actually look at the Netflix series in Japanese voice acting, they actually changed the name to Trevor to match the two different versions. I have to go a little bit slower than usual because I cannot remember what sub-weapon are in the candles, so I don't want to take a bad sub-weapon and replace my cross. By the way, the mummies look also look different in two versions. I did play this route like 2 weeks ago. The thing is that there's a later stage. It took me like 30 minutes to beat it because I refused to use save states, but I compromised at the last because it was too annoying, and I wasn't actually practicing it. I think there's something right here, but I cannot remember. Oh, okay. I guess it's not useful because I'm using save. The meat. Oh, wait. Oh, it's over there. I think it's this one. Yeah. I somehow don't understand how to deal with that thing. Out, wrong jump. I think there should be at least one cross in the next few stages, so it shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, there we go. Just wait. Oh, okay. No whip upgrade. I missed that one. Oh, basically you can trade health with him. He takes quite a lot of damage from just the whip. So here, if you play close attention, they're shaking hand with a weird like position. I think Trevor is using his right hand and Alucard using his left hand. Let me see, but I cannot remember actually. Oh, wait, they're using right hands. Okay. Then I think the North American version changed to they're using left hands for some reason. I don't know how. I don't know why. I mean. I think there's a cross here, but I cannot remember. Yeah, holy water is good. Oh, that's good. And the thing is, how can I grind back to like 3? That's good. So here there's another route choice. The upper one is easier, but I just want to go to the lower one because it's the best music. Oh, it's not my favorite music, but it's pretty good in my opinion. But it seems many people like this tune. I probably make a lot of saves. I totally not remember anything here. Oh, you mean my favorite Castlevania? Definitely Castlevania 3. Oh, not this one? Didn't remember correctly. I think I missed the wall chicken. Safe. Wait, it's here. This thing is very difficult to get. You have to do something like, nope. You have to do something like this. Otherwise, the chicken will fall straight down to the water. Safe. Well, if you have like cross, basically you destroy every boss. That's why I think that's one reason that so many crosses turn into dagger in North American version. So if you die at North American version, it's very difficult for you to like get back to like a good sub weapon with, oh god, a good sub weapon with 3 shots. Save. And that thing will come out again with 2 health. And you just... By the way, if you notice, the left screen cut off. So score, there's no S, and player, there's no P, and enemy, there's no E. For some reason. Only this part. After this part, everything's like go back to normal. So there are a lot of waiting in this level, so it's really annoying. That's why, like, I don't personally enjoy the underground route. It just, like, takes too much time. Yeah, Mario Lost Levels in Japanese version. Wait, I have to say the let me think about it. I think that is called Super Mario 2 in Japanese version, because they come up with a very weird name, I think, for that, because it doesn't add anything. I mean, basically it doesn't add anything. But it's a exclusive release in Japan. So the North American version of Super Mario Bros. 2 is that very like different one as we saw. And yeah, basically for Japanese version is an expansion pack and something like that. So that one is kind of like crazy difficult. First, they introduced the poison mushroom. So whenever first time you see the mushroom is in black dots, and then you think, oh, there's a big mushroom for us, right? Then you take the mushroom and you die. And that's the first impression for that thing. Then later level designs is very bad. It's so difficult. And you need like precise jumps and those kind of things. Probably shouldn't take too much damage, I guess. Die. Here I want a little bit more hearts. So you can do something like this. I think that should be good. I don't know. Actually, this boss is easier to be beaten with holy water. I guess I took too much damage. I don't. Let me do it again. These stairs is just in a good place, so. You're screwed by the... Well, I think there's one more health later, but I totally cannot remember where is it. Yeah, this is the most annoying part in the whole level. You're just waiting and occasionally moving. You wonder why there are so many blocks falling from top. No one understands. I think this will change the pattern a little bit. There will be one more block on the second to the right column. Yeah, looks like that. Here you can actually use auto card and turn the bat and just skip most of this part, but I didn't practice it, so I don't know how to fly up there. It seems very dangerous because when you see the there are blocks falling in those gaps, so you still need to dodge them, I think. Just make it safe. I don't want to die here. Oh! Oh! I thought the spider would go all the way down, but apparently it's not. Yeah, this part no one likes that. I don't know how do they think of this. And for some reason, I really like the... I don't know, I really like the environment of like this particular part. It feels like you're in a cliff or something, then you're looking at night. Have a very nice sight. There's like mountains in the background and yeah. And there's a trick for this part. Here, if you don't want to go to the left, you can do something like this. So you skip the whole part. Because that part is really annoying, because you have to go to the left and go to the right, and you keep jumping on those platforms. There are bats going towards you, and I don't want to say anything. Whoa! Oh, scared the crap out of me. I think there's a thing. I mean, there's a health here, but I don't remember. That's bad. Also, I cannot remember a thing about this part, and it is timed, so that could be bad. So I would make a lot of saves around here. I think there's a skeleton. Yep. No. I think it's somewhere on the right, but, well, I don't want to look for it right now. Oh. Oof. Maybe. Oh, by the way, the X Knight X armor only takes 6 hits, and the cross can actually go through the X armor, so it's way easier than the American version. This boss is basically just like spam cross until it dies. And the other thing about Cyclops is, if you stand at the Cyclops cannot actually move into you. If you do something like this, and you just turn away stupidly. So this place got a little bit changed. Is they removed these 2 blocks, they put 2 blocks right here, so the Cyclops can actually hit you by moving into you. And this thing actually represents I think a devil or something. So it's a religious thing they don't want to put in the game because of Nintendo, you know. So they make his wings smaller, and they make his horns smaller, so it looks like he successfully lost some weight, and it's finally meet up with the main path. So that's good. Now you can see the statues. There's no clothes on it, and they actually put some clothes on the statue in the North American version. I guess that's like Shack Souls things they don't want you to put in the game. I'll probably still make saves. Just want wanna be safe. Wanna be safe. And later they become more sensitive about religious things. If you play Super Castlevania 4, in Japanese version there will be a tiny crosses in the background. It's so tiny, it's just basically look like Travis had that size, and they actually remove all those crosses in the American version. They're like paranoid about these things, I guess. Throw across here so you can kill this knight. Then the second phase of death, you can just stand here and you can hit him at least 8 times. Then jump to this block. Just keep spamming. And if you know how to do it, it's like nothing. Another thing is, as you saw over there, it's like I kill 2 things with 1 sub-weapon. So you'll get a 400 points bonus, and you'll hear the sound effect for grabbing the money back. That one is fixed in the North American version. You will no longer hear that money back sound effect if you get that 400 points. One thing I have to say, I wanted to talk about this, is if you walk here, you will die, because the hitbox of that crusher is actually larger than North American version. If you keep walking here in North American version, you won't die. So it looks I accidentally hit the crusher, but it's not. So I have to stand a little bit farther this time. I actually don't want to show that off, but I accidentally show it. I have to reload anyway. Because you only need 4 hits for bone pillars, so 2 crosses are enough. But in the NA version, you have to like do 1 more cross for those. This part just ignore most of the things, and then you'll be safe. You want to kill those skeletons, you probably run out of time. So just ignore them. Here, stand to the right, otherwise you get hit by a spike ball. Then here you see another crow on top. If you don't jump, that crow won't bother you. So I just like keep walking. So I have like one thing I don't need to worry about making mistake. Okay, one over here. So here there's a neat trick, but sometimes it doesn't work. It doesn't work this time. Okay. Hopefully I need to wait. There are the maximum merman can be on the screen is 2. So if you see 2 mermans, they won't get they won't spawn any new ones. So there's a way to do the previous part, is that you make one drop down to the lower floor, so the top floor won't spawn any more mermen, because that one doesn't despawn. And they put some extra blocks here for American version, because this one looks a little bit weird, I think. So they move these two like basically like that. And there's a glitch on the last level, is you start with 0 hearts, and this got fixed in American version. Actually, Nintendo is... I don't think there's any branch for Nintendo in China, but like the influence for them though is so big, so everybody in China knows it. So back then, it's very difficult for us to get the NES or the Famicom. It's the Japanese version, right? So I don't know how people get those like high-level replicas, and so you can actually play those, I think it's unlicensed games or something like that. They just, I don't know how they copy those games into another media, so you can play it in China back then. But basically, you have no like legit products there, like back then. I'll probably try to use AutoCAD to skip things. Down A? Oh yeah. So here, if you want hearts for your sub-weapon, you can just do this. There's a big heart over here, so every time you do this, you get 6. So basically, if you have like 30 something, you can just spam everything you want just to kill Dracula. So usually I would go up and down a little bit just to get to like 35 or 40. Just to make the boss easier. And this is a cross here, because I have the cross, so it turns into a small heart. But in the American version, it turns into a dagger. So it makes like Dracula very difficult to fight if you don't know how to fight him. Go to the wrong place. I'll probably can take some damage. Only 2. So you can see the Japanese version is way easier. It only deals like 2 damage to you. And there's a glitch for this phase. In Japanese version, if you go to the leftmost part of the corner, if you just stuck there, it cannot actually hit you. And this got fixed in the North American version. And the phase 3 got nerfed a lot because the lasers, they cannot shoot upward. You can just like... You see the pitiful laser, and it's shorter than the American version, so it's not threatening at all. And you can basically stand here forever and it won't, it actually hits you. Okay. Funny. Just wait a little bit. Yeah, that's it. GG. Before Alucard joined, what he said was, oh, you beat me. I'm looking for somebody strong enough to kill Dracula. So should I join you or something? It's something like that. I think it's perfectly translated to English. So even in the North American version, I think he talks the same thing. Discuss. So. I've been playing something else, so pardon me for that. I'm going to play this again. So I hope there's some interesting things for you. So I'm using the North American version for now. So because I saw people talking about like the second loop, so I'm going to do the second loop. I actually practiced the second loop like this week, so I have many strategies for that. So I think it will go well, no one knows. So first, you'll see there are zombies here. The first loop, there's no zombie here. And everything hits you with 4 points, so you have basically like 4 health per level. So it's really bad. And there are 3 new enemies in the second loop, and they're just crazy. And you'll see. I'll probably need some hearts because I'm going to use the stopwatch. But I'll use safe at least between levels, so I know I won't like screw up things. So here there's a ghost. Did something wrong. And the ghosts move way faster than the first loop. And the most craziest thing in the world is the Medusa heads got replaced by these skulls. They have no pattern at all. So the only way to deal with them is stopwatch. Yeah, I don't know who come up with those. It's just like so unfair because sometimes when you get hit, but you did wrong thing. I want to stop here. I do a stopwatch here because you can see there are bats crossing the room right now. So sometimes when you're jumping, you get hit by a bat. You can get knocked into the pit, and the spawn rate of the zombies are way higher than the first loop. I don't know what they're thinking because like Castlevania 3, the first loop, is basically one of the hardest games in the world back then. At least like top 5. But they make the game even harder after all those. I don't understand. Basically, you can trade health with the Skull Knight. This actually makes me want to like at least try Simon's Quest. I know it's like very cryptic and some of the designs have are definitely problematic, but it feels sometimes it's not that bad. Okay, here there will be skulls. So it doesn't hit me. That's good. And this thing, if you remember, I skipped it in the first loop in the Japanese version. That's how slow they are. But right now it's so fast, you have to stopwatch it. Otherwise, it will hit you. Like rage in Chinese is basically one character. That's it. What? I expect I don't have the 2 shots yet. For some reason. Now I won't go down there because I just simply cannot beat it if I go down there. So this part is funny enough, is that you should probably just ignore everything. If you hit those jellyfish, it actually makes the situation worse. So you just do this. This red skull is not does not exist in first loop, but it doesn't really matter. Now this is the American Cyclops, so he actually can go inside there, but it doesn't work. I mean, he cannot go inside there in Japanese version, so I guess it's like he's even dumber. And for second loop, you get whoever you bring to the second loop, so you cannot actually get extra like people. So there's no choice for you to get Cypher here. The name I input is Trevor only. Then there's a one weird thing here is, you see, I whip this candle and I can get that heart by walking right. So you can see my heart counter is 6 right now. So I actually get that heart for some reason. It's weird. Now there's Skull here, so it's very annoying. So I hope I won't get hit too much. Okay. The candle on top is a cross in America. Oh no, I mean, it's a cross in Japanese version, but is a knife here. So I don't know why. It's like that's difficult enough, I guess. If I have to continue, I probably just load the save file. I'll try to beat this without the cross, but I cannot guarantee. And these bats are my second loop only, so you have one more thing to deal with in these, like, quite annoying part already. I actually don't know how to deal with this bat without the cross or stopwatch or something like that, because it just like spawn there all the time and you have no way to counter it, I think. Ooh. There's one more ghost here. This one is kind of difficult to deal with because the placement. Dude, go to the left, okay? Come on. I don't know, actually, I don't actually know how to deal with this part if you die here. Because if you die at the previous part, you at least get a stopwatch. So this part would be way easier. But right now it's like, see this bat? It just like spawn at the like correct timing every time. Oof. I want to make a save here. I don't want to do this part over again. Right now I have the cross, so it should be easier. You can use how the cross goes to bounce back to the enemies. It's way better than having nothing. So here, what I do is like throw a cross just to see where there are bats, and sometimes it has, and sometimes it doesn't. And there are crows right here. It doesn't exist in the first loop. Then one more. So basically the boss has no change. So the second loop is, the boss is the same thing. So basically it doesn't feel like they are a problem. But during the stage, it's like basically there are so many problems that can happen. They just make so many additional things. And this level is so long and the music is not that good, so I really don't like stage 4. What? How can that hit me? There's a ghost here, and it doesn't exist in first loop. I skipped this level in the Japanese version, in Japanese version there's a bug, or maybe a design mistake or something. So the coffins won't actually open. So right now you can see the coffin is open. And probably they missed the sprites of the open coffin, so the coffin doesn't actually open in the Japanese version, but the monster still comes out, of course. Nope. This guy you can, not working this time. So this guy, if you don't want him to charge you, you can actually walk closer to him, so he has a higher chance to swing his hammer. So you have the time to like hit him in the head. If you stay very far away from him, he will not swing his hammer, so he will always charge at you. So that's probably not a good thing. So this part basically, you just don't want to stop. And occasionally stop when you can hit the flying skeletons, otherwise just keep moving. The way I do is I basically use cross to cover the whole flying path for the flying skulls. They will eventually hit the cross, so I can just keep moving. Ugh. That's actually not good. So the X9 takes 8 hits right now, so, well. I'm not full health, so I cannot guarantee later it doesn't have a problem. Because there's one particular crow, you have no way to deal with it, and you have to pray you're lucky. Now, new enemy number 2 is these knights. They actually take 3 hits now, and they can actually poke you with the spear, so it's very annoying. Also, I discovered one thing about these things today, is that even you stop him with the stopwatch, they can still poke you, even though they cannot move around. That's crazy. So here, stand to the left, otherwise you may be hit by the knight. Ugh. Well then. Maybe I have to low, because like 1 health doesn't make it. There's something wrong. This one doesn't exist in first loop, so... Oh, you have to do... slow down and kill him. So here there are bats, and there isn't. The first loop. Well, I think I have to low because this part I cannot deal with it without the cross. Well, try once, I guess. I actually don't think I can do it because... Nope. No! Wait. Here, the fireball actually flies faster than the first loop. So, I feel like they haven't think of that part, so it's like, basically you get crossfire and you have no way to deal with it. Ugh. Even that X armor is something. Now it's wow. Okay. No! Why they only fire once? I don't understand. You have to do... Nope. I have to do this part again. Well, the thing is that, like, I don't really feel a thing if I'm streaming and just, like, not really serious about playing games right now. Come on, dude. Poke me in the ass. But while if I am like actually recording for a deathless run or something, and if I die, I'll probably just like punch my thigh real hard. Oh, make it safe. Whoop. Now it's my revenge for this part. Because with the knife, you have no way to deal with that one on the left. But right now I can. So... Ugh. Well, should I save? I guess. Stand on the wrong step. Oh, I'm... totally off cross. So here is the crow I was talking about. So this crow can hit you if it decides to, like that, and you have no way to dodge it. So I just hope it doesn't do that again. Okay, this time works fine. The big heart. There's one more crow over here. I want to make a save. I don't want to die to him. There's X armor here. Only 4 hearts. But I think it's good enough. This boss basically just like... Oof! So if you have enough sub-weapon energy, you can just like spam cross to him, and you at most take 2 hits, and they give you a wall chicken here, so you won't die. But I ran out of 5 hearts. One of the most annoying level in second loop, and you'll see why. Probably save each time I transition to a new part. So here the spawn rate of the merman is very high. It's way faster than first loop. No, not this thing. There's a flea man on top, but it doesn't really matter because if you jump into the pit. Okay, this is the most difficult part in the stage. It's because there are bats. So I usually like to wait a little bit, then deal with the bats. And no! No! I don't want to spawn that thing. I'm gonna go back and die. Oh, I actually know how to like start from here though. No. I just push him a little bit that way, so I can get the whip upgrade, then lure him back. It's very annoying because you don't have the long whip. You cannot deal with him. There's a holy water here. It really helps. You wait for the bat. Then wait for the bat. Okay. Wait for the bat. Oh, whatever. I'm getting wall pick soon. There are also bats here, and it's very annoying. That's why I changed to the sword watch. Probably just I don't mind saving right here because I know how to deal with the later parts right now. Now here is the spawn rate of the merman is increased. So sometimes you will jump and then you'll hit the merman and knock you into the pit. The thing is that like they won't spawn too continuously. So what you want to do is like you hope for a merman spawn on the left side, so you're safe to jump like that. then the boss. This boss is totally random on loop 2, so you just hope they don't give you a bad pattern. That's it. And you have no way to get around it. And sometimes I just like take hits because I don't want to fall into the water. I just don't move, because if you move over there, sometimes you get knocked. You get hit in the wrong place, so you fall into the water. So after killing one, everything's good. So yeah, you can hit him at the side using the X. And the worst pattern is one over here and the other one is on top. So you cannot jump and you cannot, like, you have to go to the other side to dodge them, but it's very difficult for you to react to which one is higher, which one is lower. So I just probably take a hit if I saw that. And there will be a cross in this level, so I can gain my stuff back. Here you have to take a hit. There's no solution except a stopwatch there. You have to take a hit. So I just take that hit. Because you have a war chicken coming up, so it doesn't really matter. And also this level basically has no change, so probably this is the easiest level in second loop because nothing is changed. Ooh. And these two are big hearts. I just get it. And there it is. So this jump is basically when you walk to the edge and jump and press forward at the same time. But this at the same time is kind of tricky. Sometimes you accidentally press forward before pressing the jump. You walk into the pit. So what I do is I press jump slightly earlier than pressing the right, so I won't make that mistake. Now here we can get the cross back. Which is right here. But I have to grind a little bit for the 2-shot, so it takes quite a bit of time. I hit once, so 9 more hits. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this will be the thing. Should be the thing. Okay. Now go up and refresh the candles. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I lit a little bit more heart, so I'll go back and refresh again. And there's a big one in the corner, so I need basically like 27. I know you're thinking about this pool skeleton. I don't care about him. Same boss, but the mummies are moving a little bit faster. So if you have only the whip, it's more difficult than the one in the stage 4. So here I can didn't do it correctly. I can do something like this. Die. And here there's a big heart. I don't want to break that block because it's more difficult for you to deal with the Cyclops if you break that block. That's it. That's why I want to like break that after the Cyclops, before the demon. Kind of want that heart, but I think I'm good. Yep. Now the final new enemy is on this stage. It's the reinforced zombie. It takes 2 hits for some reason, and they don't provide you any score. Just very annoying. By the way, there are clothes on the statue right now, as you can see. Okay. Hello? No! Wrong jump. What the heck? Oh, it's fine. There's a cross later in this level, so I can recover from that. Now, picking up the wrong sub-weapon is one way to die. And it is not like later Castlevania games, the previous sub-weapon you get is dropped to the floor. But here it's just like, replace it. No, I didn't do it correctly! So there's one more skeleton. Okay, at least I didn't get hit. So Holy Water is actually good against the knights. So you can just basically make them stand there and doing nothing with the Holy Water. This is a cross. And there's a double shot here. It's a little bit harder with the double shot for what the death, but it's fine. Because we have full health, so we can pretty much trade all the health with him. Here, one more cross, just to kill the knight. And these candles, they have a lot of like weird sub weapons. I don't want to break them, so I will accidentally walk into it. And then the second state, the phase 2 is actually the same thing. Just stand here. Then stand here. Oh, make a save. This level doesn't have too much change. But the thing is that the original level 9 is like hard enough. So yeah, it's still a problem to me. Oh, I actually won the triple shot. I forgot about this thing. Oop. I think we can get it right now. Yep. Because I hit Death so many times. There's a big heart over there, and I don't know how did he get up there. That's something stupid. So remember I talked about this crusher? So right now I can walk through it. Yeah, in the American version, but not in Japanese version. You'll die because of the weird hitbox. I'll probably wait a little bit. The way I know that because I played that and I used the strategy in this version, and then I found out that I got killed. That's why I'm so worried about that thing right now. Wrong move. What I was thinking, I cannot remember. It's like, yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. What I'm supposed to do. So here, I just kill that one with 3 crosses and just wait a little bit. And I place one right here, then just walk away. Because that high, you can destroy all the fireballs, but I don't want to waste time to kill that bone pillar and just leave him there. These things again. I have to wait a little bit and they will go to the left so I can walk on top. But sometimes they will... Sometimes they can turn a little bit earlier so you get hit by him. And just like... there's no change in this part. So you can basically do the same thing. So here there's a spiky ball, so I have to wait a little bit. Then here is a skeleton, so you can ignore him. And here is another skeleton, you can ignore him. There's a spiky ball, stand to the right, and you're good. Make a save here. This is the most difficult wall pick you ever see. Because you have pets, you have bats, and you have ghosts. Okay. Now this is one of the most annoying part because there will be skull in the later part, so you cannot take too much damage. Otherwise, you have to pray for the skull not hitting you. Now there will be a crow in front, so I want to clear the merman first, then trigger the crow. Otherwise, there will be two things at the same time I cannot deal with. Here, just run. Kill him. Okay. Now, I hope this works out. Is when you jump over here, jump past this merman. So you have two mermans down there. So there won't be any merman on the upper level. So you can deal with things however you want right now. Two crosses like this. This will guarantee to kill those two crows. And this part. I just feel like if I doing this, it's like less likely to get hit. But that's not true. Ooh. By the way, if you notice, the Japanese version, the doppelganger, the cross he used is blue, but right now they want to distinguish it, so the cross he uses is red. Oh, final level. Here there will be skulls, but because the moving pattern they have, if you stay, it's not what I want. Okay, if you stay close to the top of the screen, they probably go outside of the screen and disappear. So yeah, just try your best to stand close to the top of the screen, and you will have less trouble. Yeah. There will be no bats in the first loop, so it's a little bit more annoying, but nothing you cannot handle. So wait for a bat, then I'll throw two crosses, jump past the first fireball, and kill the bone pillar. Or you can actually take a hit and just go into the door. That's another solution for that. Oh, I'll change to the X anyway. There will be bats right here, which is very annoying because here you can get knocked into the pit easily. But I have a strategy to deal with this part with the X. For this one is do a jump like this, and whip this one, and go to the front, kill him, walk to this, and wait a little bit before jumping. Otherwise, there's a chance a bat coming out of the door and hit you into the pit. Now I'm using X for the Dracula, so I need a triple shot, so I have to do this again. Well, not really a triple shot, I can do it with double shot. I think basically that's the same. And also you need something like 35 hearts. So it's a good way to get it. I remember I said there was a cross in the Japanese version, but it's changed to dagger. So if you die here, you have to use the X. There's no choice. Yeah, double shot is good. Yeah, it's this one. This is dagger. It was a cross in the Japanese version. Yeah, stand in the wrong place. It's fine. Nope. Okay, when he start on the left, he won't corner you to the right. So you can basically stand here, then if you return to the left side. Now for the phase 3, the axe is pretty good, so you can do something like this. The only problem is on his right hand, actually left hand. I mean, it's the one on the right side of the screen. You have to lure the laser a little bit, something like that. You just stand here, otherwise the laser will shoot in a weird angle that you cannot dodge it unless you jump. But jumping is very, like that. But jumping is not safe, because sometimes the hole would be very close to the right side, so you may accidentally jump into a hole. So the best way to deal with it is to lure his laser to the left side, so you don't need to jump. That's why I always walk into that block after dodging. Yeah, actually later levels it's easier than like level 3, level 4, level 5. This weird thing. Yep, that's too much Castlevania 3 for you. I only load a save at like level 9, I think. But if you look at it right now, you just feel like I don't know what Konami thinking, because like Konami games usually they are really hard and they have a tendency to make the game harder after the first loop. That is a tradition for Konami games. So I remember I said that before, is that if you dare to play until the 6th loop of Contra, you'll see Contra is actually kind of crazy. Because originally in the first 3 loops, you can only have like those 3 soldiers in the screen. I mean 4 soldiers in the screen. But on 4 to 6 loop, you can have like 8 soldiers in the screen. So if you remember the later stages, like stage 5, those kind of like stupid soldiers, they start shooting. So if you have 8 in the screen, it's just like you cannot deal with it. Yeah, that's how Konami games in a nutshell, I guess. They just want to make games hard in like that era. It's the last day for Thanksgiving holiday, I guess. So I'm going to work tomorrow. That is definitely some fun thing, I guess. No one likes Monday. And I'll join John's stream tomorrow for Blood. If somebody else here, so tomorrow Pacific Standard Time, 4 PM. There will be John's channel, Blood. I actually didn't play that game, but I know that game is actually really hard for a first-person shooter. Bloody Monday, yeah. And they'll throw you into 3rd loop, but 3rd loop is basically the same as our 2nd loop, so there's nothing changed. So the 2nd loop is the highest difficulty in this game. I mean the North American version, because the Japanese version is kind of like the first loop of American version. So it's still still okay, enjoyable, but the 2nd loop is not that enjoyable if you ask me. Okay, that's it for the stream. Thanks very much for coming. We'll see you next time. Probably next Sunday. I don't know. Oh no, next Sunday I'm not free. So maybe the Sunday after next Sunday. Thanks, Sean. Thanks, Pat. Thanks for coming.